Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready, because today's story is packed with palace intrigue, forbidden love, and shocking revelations. Let's dive right in. The atmosphere in the grand heavenly hall is electric. The rat immortal steps forward, his voice ringing with accusation. He points a finger at the heavenly queen, listing her crimes for all to hear. He accuses her of abusing her power. Of secretly favoring the bird clan and shielding Princess Sue's allies. He reveals that, months ago, when the flower realm cut off the bird clan's food supply, it was the queen who secretly opened heaven's 8 great granaries to save them. The emperor was furious, but she knelt, tearfully claiming she only wished to share his burdens. With even the fire god, Su Feng, pleading on her behalf, the emperor relented. But the rat immortal isn't finished. He exposes a web of deceit covering up murders, conspiring with the fire god Nei, and spreading lies across the heavenly realm. He declares himself the guardian of heaven's order, warning that the queen's poison will bring chaos. Then comes the bombshell. He admits that on the night of the fire gods, Nirvana, he was the one who struck, wanting the queen to taste the bitterness of loss. Even the mouse at her birthday feast was his doing, a deliberate act to force her deep-seated hatred for Jinmi out into the open. Justice is not dead. He cries, "Let heaven decide." The emperor erupts in fury, screaming, "Treason!" A bolt of divine lightning strikes the rat immortal, and the hall falls silent. The queen, ever the manipulator, seizes the moment. She twists the truth, claiming the rat immortal was a pawn of the water god and a mysterious figure named Suli. The emperor, however, defends the water god's honor and orders the fire god to close the case. To smooth things over, he proposes a marriage between Runyu and Jinmi. But the water god hesitates, explaining that Jinmi has not yet fully ascended to divinity. The emperor warns him not to be swayed by the rat immortal's accusations. Runyu kneels. "Father," he says smoothly, "the water god is simply concerned for his daughter. Jinmi and I care for each other." The emperor's expression softens. But the queen interjects, reminding him that her son, Su Feng, is deeply in love with Su. The emperor, tired of the drama, orders the queen to reflect on her actions and to keep her bird clan in line. Outside the hall, Runyu casually asks Su Feng about the name Suli. Su Feng shakes his head, clearly unsettled. Runyu muses that it sounds familiar, perhaps linked to a story from their father's past. He recalls a tale about 2 strands of spiritual fire beads, one for their mother, and the other for the Suli. But Su Feng is impatient, his mind only on Jinmi. Runyu issues a stark warning. Even if she loves you, you two can never be together. Don't lose yourself in a hopeless love. Later, Su Feng's aide brings urgent news. He rushes to his mother, the queen, and confronts her directly. "Did you have anything to do with the death of the late flower goddess?" She denies her, hurts that her own son would doubt her. She insists that he must marry Su to secure his position and survive the treacherous politics of heaven. But Su Feng declares he has no desire for power and warns her that he knows about the guard she has hidden around him. Back in his own palace, a determined Su Feng gives an order. Investigate the truth behind the flower goddess's death and uncover the true identity of Suli. 3 months pass. By the shores of Dongting Lake, Yan Yu waits for the rat immortal, a friend who will never return. He holds a message left behind before his death. "Tell our master patience brings peace, haste brings ruin." Yan Yu lifts his jade flute, and a mournful melody drifts across the water. Meanwhile, the emperor visits the water god, probing for any secrets the rat immortal might have shared. The water god replies bitterly, "If I knew more, perhaps my own daughter would still be alive. You killed a loyal immortal just to protect heaven's pride." The emperor sternly reminds him to maintain their trust. Soon after, The water god and Lin Xiu return to the flower realm with Jinmi. They thank the flower fairies for raising her and decide to wait until she has fully recovered before she officially reunites with her father. Jinmi is overjoyed, beaming at the thought of having her mother's cooking every day. At lunch, Lin Xiu bakes delicate flower pastries. Jinmi shyly asks about her late mother. Lin Xiu begins to tell a beautiful, tragic story. Long ago, the water god found a baby girl in a bamboo grove, a fallen lotus petal brought to life. To save her from a karmic fire, he bore the flames himself. That child grew up to be Zifen Jinmi's mother. The water god, Lin Xiu and Zifen became an inseparable trio. Studying together in the upper skies, they were wind, water, and flower, their bond deep and pure. Then, the heavenly emperor, who was just a prince at the time, saw Zifen in a dream and became enchanted. He searched all 6 realms for her, finally finding her in the mortal world. He courted her with gentleness and sincerity, and she returned his love. Zifen was like a sister to me, Lin Xiu says softly, and now you are my daughter too. She then asks Jinmi to memorize the Heart Sutra of No Form. That night, Jinmi thinks back to her days as Su Feng's bookkeeper and laughs softly. Being father's daughter is harder than being Su Feng's servant. The water god enters, smiling. This training isn't a punishment, he explains gently. It's preparation. I want you to be strong, to stand tall, and to depend on no one, so that one day you can roam the realms freely. After he leaves, he finds Lin Xiu lost in thought. They reminisce about Zifen, her laughter, and the love that never truly ended. She left us too soon, he murmurs, but we still have her daughter. The next day, the water god takes Jinmi to the master's temple. He pleads with the master to lift the powerful Kalana seal placed on Jinmi long ago. The master shakes her head, for one who is so close to death, releasing it or not makes little difference. The water god drops to his knees. If my daughter may live, he vows, I will repay heaven's graces and devote myself to relieving the suffering of the 3 realms. Moved by his plea, the master marks Jinmi's palm with sacred incense. Jinmi thanks her joyfully and then asks about her beloved pet, Meatball. The master smiles mysteriously. Jew. We'll meet again soon, but not without a farewell. Jinmi bows deeply, her heart filled with hope. The water god closes his eyes, praying that this time, heaven will finally show mercy. And that's where we leave it for today. What an emotional roller coaster. Will Jinmi survive? What secrets will Su Feng uncover? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.